Okay, in this next section of the video, I'm going to show how we can fill out the invoice with the way it's currently set up in Microsoft Excel. So this is the generic step template that we created, and I'm going to put in a statement number for a customer. Let's just say we call this statement 10001. The date's already set up with equals date, equals today, open parentheses, close parentheses. Using this formula, today's date will show up. Customer ID, we can modify that, so we can put, we have customer number 4570. I mean, whatever kind of numbering convention you might have for your customers, you can, or if you don't have one already, I would recommend creating one. That way your customers have some kind of representation to them, and you can use this to track their orders and their overall history with you. Bill to, this would be your customer's name, company name if applicable, their address line 2, city, state, and zip code. I'm going to leave those blank. I mean, those are rather self-explanatory. But coming down here, the way this template is set up, you can put in the date of a service. For example, let's say that service was provided on 4/18/2012. And let's just say that this is some kind of pressure washing service. We can put type residential, invoice number, and this could be like some other sub invoice number that you might have for a customer. We can put pressure wash roof. The amount that we billed the customer is $1,600. So far, our customer's given us a $300 down payment, and so that leaves them with a remaining balance of $1,300. And if we scroll down in the template, with the way Microsoft Excel has already set this up, customer ID is already linked, the customer's name from up here. See if we modify this. Put a name up here. It's actually not linked, but here we could link it if we want. Let me show you how to do that. Just hit the equal sign and then just click the field. That was automatically set up. The customer ID is already linked up. The statement number is linked up. Equals C8, it's up here. The date's already linked up to the date you have up here. And the amount due is getting this field right here, 1,300. Now this 1,300 is calculated adding up these totals. This subtotal is calculated by getting the amount minus the payment. So subtracting the 1,600 minus the 300, and we get 1,300. Now what I did want to explain is that this field right here that says equals today, personally I would change this because this is always going to show today's date, which currently is April the 21st. You can modify this to a fixed date, such as manually typing in it April 21st, 2012, because when you reopen this file, let's just say 5 days from now, it won't say April 21st on this field anymore. It's going to say the date that's 5 days from now. Now then again, you could leave it as equals today, because in this field down here you have the date as to when the services were rendered. And this field again is equal to C9, which is this field up here. So it would be up to you. Personally, I would type in April 21st manually rather than having the formula as equals today. Now I'm going to show you briefly that if you wanted to add more data to this, all you have to do is highlight row 15, right click your mouse and hit insert. You now have a new line. It actually probably would have been better for you to highlight row 16 and then insert. That way you can type in another line. So let's say that we type in same date, and again this would be for the same customer, residential, but this customer now has another invoice, pressure wash driveway, and for this there was a $500 charge. from that portion, customer paid 100. So now we see that customer still owes a grand total of $1,700. Now that concludes this portion of the video. What I will be showing next in the next video is how we can modify this section, this entire section, so that instead of a payment amount being entered here, it will be a quantity amount and a grand total will be calculated over here. Now, one last thing before I do close out this video. You don't want to do file save because you'll override your current billing statement template. So make sure you go to menu, save as, and then here what I would recommend doing is maybe putting in the invoice number for the customer. So we'll do invoice 1001. There's 3 zeros, 1 dash, and then customer ID 4570. Or vice versa, customer ID 4570 / invoice 10001. However you want to set up the naming convention of your files, but save it. That way you don't override your template that has the generic information. Thank you for watching this video.